Hey guys, John here, and today it's just gonna be a video about AFKing in the game. Like, it's like even look at this. Like I'm AFKing Helber, right? And it's about a community post I made, and I can bring it up right here. So right here, I made a post about. So I said it's pretty sad that my first kill with 100% AFK, so hands off the keyboard, I wasn't even there. Vindica beat my previous record at this boss. I had never tried for records, I just say that. Zero effort today beats effort from 3 to 5 years ago. I honestly think this is a problem, and it's pretty bad we got to this point. And, we look at the picture. I, I don't think you can read the picture. I mean, that's my fault, honestly. I don't think you can see the picture, but you can see there, it says new personal record 5.4 seconds, right? And so, again, you can see me just kill a Hellweaver, which is kind of hilarious. Like I'm just gonna leave this here. Like this is the problem with the game right here too. Like people, it's worse. Some people AFK raise you. Oh come on! I thought I got my fucking thing. That'd been so funny, dude. I was gonna do the streamer lock. Oh, I don't even have to loot it. See, it looted it for me. It's I don't have to do anything. Oh look, let me instinctively loot it. I don't even have to loot it. Like it's literally like a mobile game. This is literally a mobile game. This is literally a mobile cash grab game. Like with how this is. I remember when you used to interact with these bosses. And so look at these comments. This guy, is it sad though? It's dated content with no HP. And it's like, yeah, it is. I respond to him. It's like, yeah, like like you're not really being constructive. You're just saying it's old, so who cares? Well, guess what? The old content is what noobs are supposed to be doing, you know? And it's like every time I see a new player, they're always like, when can I get into bossing? Bro, I'm sorry. Even if you kill this boss as fast as a person with max stats, it's like shit, like 10 mil an hour. It's like not even good. Like you might as well kill Abyssal Beast or something, right? And it was like this guy from other games I played, like Terraria and MapleStory. It's fun going back to older bosses with your new weapons and levels to beat them super fast. Again, completely missed the point. I respond to him, but you missed the point. I'm not say nowhere in here did I say power creep is bad. I literally said I'm not doing anything. Like, hey, if I was playing this game and I was like, okay, let me beat up Hellware. Wow, 15-second kill. Hey, at least I did something, you know. But I'm not even doing anything, and it's like it's like look at these kill times, like it's hilarious. And so this guy missed the point. See, I don't actually mind the power creep too much. Talking about power creep, I'm not even talking about power creep, bro. Bro, like I'm pretty sure if I had like tier 90 gear, there would be an AFK setup Revo bar, especially because of what call it what has it been called? I don't even know what it's called. Bone shield. But again, that's not necessarily the problem. It's not necessarily the power creep problem. So I respond to him. It's been going this way for a long time. It's just been fine. What's a long time? He doesn't really say anything. I mean, I'm assuming he means like when Animate Dead existed. I mean, people used to only be able to AFK Bandos. I mean, again, we used to only AFK Bandos or Bandos like that. That's really it. Then it was, oh, now we can AFK Hour 2. Now we can AFK Raziel, and that's fine. Turn 85's AFK is fine. Again, there was a community post before on the RuneScape Reddit. People didn't like. They're like, it takes skill to AFK Raziel, and it's kind of funny because a lot of these problems occur like specifically with God Edition 2 AFK. It's mostly because of persistent rage, and it's a relic that regenerates your adrenaline back to full. So whether it's 100% or 120% with vestment robes, and also stalls it so he doesn't drain. Although the stall is kind of outdated because you have whatchamacallit, you have the infernal puzzle box, which doesn't make your adrenaline go down. But so it's kind of funny that like this persistent rage relic that was originally just for stalling, and so you don't have to build, is being used in, I would say, an unintended way. I don't think it was intended to be used to AFK bosses at all. I don't think so at all. Like, hey, maybe it was intended to be like, okay, say I was actually beating up Hellweir, actually playing the game, and maybe I go back to 100%. Maybe that was intended. But I don't think it was intended to make it so, oh, look, I can just do absolutely nothing and be fine. Like, look, even this poison clouds at me. The only time you can actually die here with this setup is if I think this spawns twice or 3 times. I think 3 times is like the special number. Another thing that's unintended, that's kind of funny, it's been added on, is I'm gonna say it's suck ass, by the way. The blood pouncer, which automatically loots the drop, that was added just as a bonus before, and like when was it even made? It was made when I wasn't playing the game. I think in 2013, 2012, but it automatically loots stuff, and it just kind of compounds that issue. Like, oh, maybe they're AFK, but hey, they're not getting loot at least, or at least they have to pay attention to loot. And even then, I don't like that. But again, I don't have to do that. And also, it's not like it even has a timer. I don't. It doesn't even cost me anything to even use this. Um, I don't know what else I'm going to say, to be honest. But overall, I just want to make a video saying. I mean, I actually have more to say, but it's kind of weird that, like, again, like it might even just be the human brain at work here, where when you present a problem to someone, they will try their hardest. I mean, again, I'm not trying to bash them, but they'll try their hardest to act like there's no problem at all. That's just what humans do. They're really good at just pretending a problem doesn't exist, until it exists, of course. Uh, I don't know what else I'm gonna say, to be honest. I mean, again, I'm just talking and showing casing this. This is kind of dumb, like really dumb. Like, I just come back from Kung Fu Panda 4. It was a pretty good movie. I made a funny joke too. I'm just gonna talk about that too. I don't even care. This is my channel. We can talk about whatever we want. The Kung Fu Panda's villain reminded me of all the gamers who download third-party apps to be good at games because they're dog shit without them. Spoilers, guys. She was like siphoning the chi and like the kung fu techniques from people, and like literally when that scene played, I'm like, bro, this is people like old school RuneScape. Let me download tile marker. Let me download my tick beat thing. Let me download the weird thing that hovers around your units. Let me download all like they're not actually good at games. I hope you're not. These people aren't good at games who download these third party things, and they say it's quality of life. Like let me say how to do the boss. Let me say how to do everything in the game. It's not that's not making it easier though. Like you have to be delusional. Sorry, off topic. um, I don't know. It was a pretty good movie. The ending kind of sucked though. I didn't like the ending. It was kind of bad. They should have rewrote it. Like, I mean, I could talk about that maybe, but like, it was a stereotypical. Hey, the villain gave the one thing that can defeat her instead of it realistically ending with like her apprentice backstabbing her when they were both evil people. I don't know. You know, that's really off topic. But yeah, I really think they should. So let's talk about my solution. Let's just wrap this up. So the solution I think they should do is I would honestly rework a lot of these old bosses. Gouger 2, Gouger 1. Hey, maybe Giant Mole you actually can't AFK. You actually need people. You need to walk around. Giant Mole is actually a very good way. I mean, again, I know Giant Mole's annoying. I'm not saying to make like Giant Mole, but it kind of demonstrates that you have to do something, and that's why people find it annoying. Although I would say it's too extreme. Like so, let's pretend that I'm defeating Hellweir right now, and Hellweir's at 10k HP, 1k HP. Or what if I had to go, or even maybe at separate intervals? Like, what if we buff? I would buff the drop rate of Gouger 1, Gouger 2, because it's not. Why are these drops are rare, like as rare as like getting tier 95s, tier 92s, which is like hilariously stupid to me. Even tier 90s. Like I think I can get a Seismic Wand set faster than it takes to get a Hellweir title or a Hellweir set, like getting all the items at Hellweir. And like let's just say Hellweir had like 300, 400, 500,000 HP and was a really good like, oh, this is a magic boss. I have to use magic. Maybe it takes double poison damage, but only from magic attacks or something. Again, they have to code shit so you can't use poison. Because I know people can use poison with like necromancy and still do damage. Like I would patch that stuff. But like, what if like as you hit Hellweir, like these crystals spawn that were like powering him or something, and you have to kill it or like just click on it, and then it damages Hellweir. Maybe it gives him a random kind of buff, and maybe you're a random buff, and it gives you a random buff. And then you click on this one, then you click on the final one, and when you click on the final one, you do the final DPS, then Hellweir is defeated. Or you click on the final one, and then Hellweir like gets powered down back into like it neutralizes his beast form. Something like that. Like I shouldn't be allowed to stay here and do nothing for 10 to 15 minutes. I should have to click something, like do something, move to a unique area of the map, to do something. And again, buff the drop rate. I'm okay with buffing drop rates. Everyone thinks like, oh, you don't like buff drop rates. Like, no, the context matters. Like this shit, like I think it's funny how backwards this game is. Like newest content, instead of making that like the big thing to go for, we make that faster. Meanwhile, all this old content, why we make it such a grinded unfun. And because we do that, we also tank the prices of everything because everyone just wants it. Like, what I would do is Governor 1, Governor 2, you get a random loot at first, like at Bandos. Oh, I got the Bandos helmet. It's going to drop in order. Like, so I'll get, it'll just go right to left, and it'll drop, the armor set in order, and I'll drop the hilt. The hilt is its own item, so it's not part of the armor set order. If I get the gloves first, I'll get the boots, then the helmet, torso, legs. I might get the hilt in between. I actually think it should just drop in order. Sorry, the Bandos War Shield. Wow, that's a really relevant item. They should change it so everything drops in order. You look at Hellweir. It's a random. You get either you one items. Is this random? Oh, I got the crest. Guess what? I'm gonna get the wand core, then crest. Like that's the order. Like I don't. I think the duplication thing is actually worse than people think. It's not about even the frustration of not getting it. Oh, I'm going for log. But because like look at this. General Commander Stiliano, sorry. I stayed here for way longer than I should have just to get started in Whisper. Imagine if this collection log was just one of each and I was done. Like that was my collection log. I'm done. There's so much less of the item, but because I had to do 2,300 kills because I started like 100 KC, 2,300 kills to get just this one item that was missing. I injected 6 extra murmurs, 6 extra hisses, 3 extra hilts, 2 extra main hand crossbows, 1 extra bow, 7 extra Saradomin swords. And all that does is punish the people who actually maybe want to interact with this content or a low level, because now it's going to be worthless. If I was a high level player, I don't care about AFKing this. I would just stay here until I get one of each. And then, oh, I'm done. Okay, let me go to move on to something else. I can go AFK, Abyssal Beast if I want to AFK something. It's not a boss. I don't think bosses should be AFKable. Slayer, it's okay because it's a Slayer. But when it comes to a boss, I think these bosses should teach you things. Like, Hellweir teaching you, oh, I gotta go to these 3 pillars. It kind of teaches you, oh yeah, this is how Zamorak works, where you gotta go into Infernus and kill the witch, and then charge a pad. I feel like that's the biggest issue when it comes to bosses like Solak and Raksha. Is they're so different compared to like King Black Dragon, compared to I don't know, even Vindica, honestly, because it's just like DPS and that's it. I mean, some people honestly struggle with Vindica, which is kind of funny. But I feel like they could be more buff the drop rate by like double or even 3x, and just make it drop in order, but make it a more engaging fight. So like instead of having 30-second Vindica kills, like if I put an effort, it would be like a 2-minute fight, right? But the drop rate is significantly better. And it drops in order, so I don't have to stay there, and it's just more engaging. And it's like I just say that's what the direction of the game should be. AFK should honestly only be Slayer, and any boss should always have do something. Like you can't AFK Ambassador because he's gonna do his boom roast and move across. He has a part where you have to use a defensive if you don't DPS out of it. Like he's a good. I always liked Ambassador as a boss. Ambassador's a very good boss, but again, power creep kind of ruins things. Oh, now you're talking about power creep. It's a different story. So as for it, I just kind of got annoyed that people kind of didn't understand what I meant by my post. Even though I said nothing about power creep, I either said 100% AFK and 0 effort, which means AFK. So yeah, you tell me what you think. That's it. Bye.